Wow. Look at that. Terrible. 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 The washer is flat. And it only comes with 3 loose ones. The 4th one is on the nut. So you got pretty much a flange nut, pretty much a washer nut. So this is the 4th one right here. So don't get it confused. If you get the Moog and you get 3 of the loose ones that you can wiggle around like this, there's a 4th one, but it's on the nut. It's you get what I'm trying to say? If not, then I don't know what to tell y'all. You set your first one up. You set it up like that from the bottom. We gonna start it from the bottom. Now we here. All right. So from there, go ahead, stick it up in there, and then from there, grab the other one like this, and we gonna build. 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 Alright. That's your other washer. So you got your 2 washers. Alright. Make sure it's on there nice and straight. Don't want no crooked stuff. And then you got a little thingy-majig like that. Then you got your other washer. Put it on. Put on for my city. On for my city. Build it. Might take a little arm and leg. Might take a little bit of muscle. Because I may have to loosen this up right here, which I don't want to have to do. Tighter and tighter each time I put these suckers on here. Look how bad that wheel light look. That shit is toasted, man. Damn. There we go. And now we got us a playroom now, you see? We can freaking, yep. Yeah, we can move it up a little bit. So that should give us what we need. All right, so let's go back to the other side real quick. You need that. So pretty much when you do the sway bar links, yes, you got to take both sway bar links out. You have to take them out so that you can adjust the sway bar, because it is a tight squeeze, and you can move the sway bar once you take off both links, guys. But you got to remove them both, you see? Now look, earlier, this is trial and error. And I should know this by now. As many times as I done mess with this truck underneath. Don't beat yourself up over it. Everybody love kryptonite, man. Everybody love cognito too, but most people don't really want to spend that type of money. I mean, people want it, but they don't want to spend that type of money, man. I don't blame them. You already done spent so much money on the lift, though. It would only make sense for you to go spend the extra money to make sure you really securing that thing. You know what I'm saying? So we got it all put together. I ain't had to explain it like that. And I ain't tell y'all this when I was doing the installation, but I came up on something. So guess what? These bushings, you actually supposed to push them down in. I mean, those washers, you supposed to push them down in the bushings, bruh. So that's even more security for it, man. That's crazy, dog. That is crazy, man. I like that. This side, it did it by default. Once you tighten it down, it's gonna do it by default, but it's in there, man. Them jokers in there. It's snapped in there. I ain't even gonna check the bottom, 'cause I already know. I ain't gonna check the bottom of them, 'cause I already know. Started from the bottom, now we here. Started from the bottom, now my whole team here. Hey, but look, check this out though. I am going to be redoing my wheel lights. Y'all, I'm telling you, y'all finna learn a lot from this channel. This is gonna be the channel where y'all gonna be, I'm gonna walk down the street for a little bit. Well, let me see. We're gonna walk and talk. And we're gonna walk back, because I gotta grab this paper right here. But y'all, man, y'all gonna learn a lot from this channel here, man. I'm telling you. It's gonna be more than just an installation video, bro. It's gonna be more than an installation. It's gonna be more than me just parking the truck in the driveway. We're trying to build an empire and figure something out. I'm just throwing it out there to the world. I ain't gonna say what the plan is, because you don't want to let the left hand know what the right hand is doing. You don't never want to let the left hand know what the right hand is doing. Know what I'm saying? So we have some things we got to get underway. You know what I mean? Best thing to do is, obviously, the more money you make, the more flexibility you have, of course. Now, we all know money isn't everything, but man, money is so dang important. People have to use that term to remind everybody and remind ourselves money is not everything. It's just that important. I don't know why. I came to the conclusion of why people say so much. And that's the conclusion I came up with. Look at the tape right there. And I'm leaning on, rather not, the next time I do wheel lights, if I'm gonna go the zip tie route. I think zip ties is a little tacky. And I'm trying to get away from zip ties for a little bit. They have those stainless steel zip ties that make them look cleaner. But like I said, I'm trying to get away from zip ties. But if you do go about making your wheel lights, which you can do if you know how to wire and you know how to solder, what you can do is get the stainless steel zip ties, and they're reusable. There's a way to make them reusable. I don't go that route because, like I said, I'm trying to get away from zip ties. I might just end up going the silicone route, where I silicone everything down, because the zip ties, as you can see, they get loosened. Things can still be loosened up. So I may go the silicone route, All right, so we pretty much all set now. I'm gonna do one last thing before I end up doing the tie rods, right? I'm gonna or do the alignment. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna tighten down the gearbox just to make sure everything is situated with the steering wheel, the tie rods, and the steering in general. But if y'all, those of you that don't know, and if you don't know, I'm gonna tell you so that now you would know. But those of you that don't know, after you do a 9-inch to 8-inch, from a 7 to a 9-inch lift, always make sure you check your gearbox and make sure it is tightened down, or make sure that your steering column is tightened down. So I probably use a 24, and if it's not a 24, it's probably a 22, but I'm gonna go with a 24 because I think that's what I used the last time. Yes, if you don't tighten this part down right here, what I'm finna show you, this sir here part, if you don't tighten these bolts down, yes sirski, you will be wobbling. You will be wobbling. Okay, so we got the truck jacked up. Since we got the truck jacked up, we got it jacked up. So the alignment situation, we got the steering wheel straight already, but we have to let the truck down slightly. It has to be touching the ground because the wheel will swing out. The tires will swing out once you take the tie rod off. Whichever side you take off, the tire will swing out. So to avoid that, we want to make sure that the tire isn't actually on the ground, but it's on the ground. Okay? Okay. Let me show you. Slightly so ever like this. All right. So line this shit up. Just enough to where we can move the tire. You know, we're not about to it's not what you think, you know, we not finna yeah, it ain't what you think. We just want to be able to move the tires slightly, because once these tires swing out, you're gonna lose your progress. You're gonna lose your check mark. The check mark right now was that it's set to where it's at, for where it is at. So now when we take off the tie rod for any mini mighty mo, catch a tiger by his toe, when we take off this one first, this one, since it's slightly going this way, we're gonna try to push it out a little bit to the left, because if you look at it, if you're looking at me, to the left, everything over in the box Chevy, to the left. So we're gonna take this, we're gonna move this over to the left, and we're gonna move this over to the left as well. But we're gonna do this one first. And I think this one takes a 26mm bolt, or a 24 if I'm not mistaken, y'all. So I'm gonna show y'all what the dealio is. I use the vice grips, the alligators. So it's out. I spin it this way, I spin it and I twirl it. Just like that. When I move, you move. So what you gotta do, since we going to the left this way, in order for this tire to go to the left, we have to adjust the tie rod to push it outwards. So So you see the tire moved a little bit. That's good. I mean, I ain't tripping off of that. But so the tire moved out a little bit, right? So ever so slightly that the tire done moved. Oh yeah. Tire moved. So what? Right. So if the tire moved, let's look at it. Let's step back. If it's supposed to go to the left, or I want to say my left, your right. So if we're looking at this from this angle, it's supposed to go to the driver's side, right? So we have to twist the tie rod to push it to this way. That means we have to unloosen it. And in a lack of better terms, we have to unloosen this tie rod, but then we tighten this tie rod by just maybe a turn. One full turn, okay? And that will set us to the right increment. All right, where it's set now, what we have to do now is turn it to get it to go outwards. Now this is going to push it outwards. We can give it one more turn. That's going to give us our outwards. So now it's going to slightly push the tire out, and that's good just like that, okay? Let's go back. Give it that turn. All right. That's more comfortable, but I feel like I'll be more comfortable with it that way. I feel like I'll be more comfortable with it that way, if I'm not mistaken. So now this tire looks like it's slightly outwards, and it is, but this tire has to go in because you can see how bad this tire's turned. It is, it looks terrible. And this one looks a lot better that I turned it out a little bit. But this one, if you look, if you go straight to, okay, if you look directly at this bow tie, I'm directly in front of it. The camera is pretty much perfectly in front of it. Oh, excuse me. This tire is out a lot. I mean, I could tell by just an inch. So it got to come in. All right, so let's go ahead and do the same thing with this side, but this time it's gonna go inwards. All right. Probably one more. Probably do 2 turns. All right, so you know the drill. Step back in front of it, look at the situation, and adjust accordingly. All right. So this side, it looks a little better, and this side even looks better as well. This side looked like it's out a little bit more, and it may need to come in. It may need to come in. This side, however, looks straight. Now, it's hard to tell. You may have to go down the road, drive it, test drive it, diagnose it like that. May have to do it in that way. It looks good, but something seems too good to be true. Kind of want it to go in a little more. That's how I want it to do. I want this one here to go inwards a little more for some reason. Yeah, I want this to go inwards a little more. And I think this one's fine. For some reason, I want this one to go in a little more. What I'm gonna do though, I'm gonna test drive it. I'm gonna go ahead and put all my tools up. I'm gonna go ahead and tighten these down. I'm gonna test drive it. All right, I'm gonna hit y'all in the next clip. Y'all don't need to see me tighten this up. It's just too fucking nuts. No pun intended. But it's just two of those, and then I'm gonna clean up. Catch y'all in the next clip. I also got to tell y'all one thing in the box that it comes with when you order it from eBay is that it comes with the what is it called? They had a name for it, but this is what holds the sway bar itself. I guess it's called the sway bar bushings, I want to say, or sway bar mounts. This is also comes in the pack if you want to install the new ones. I didn't install the new ones because I didn't see a need to, but I'll hang on to them because they look cool. So I might end up installing them later. But right now, I don't really that hassle. Another thing is, I do have to, like I said, I ended up getting a new one of these tarps. So I may have to go run up to the post office if they're open. I have to check and see if they're open, and I'm gonna end up taking that back to the post office, and get my money back. If I can't do it today, then I'll do it on Monday. But looking at the time, it's a little late, so I'm not banking on it to be open. But if it is, that's a plus, because then I can go ahead and start the process and get my $78 back, or like my 80, whatever. It's a nice little day out. Act like it want to get cloudy, but it seemed like it's too scared or something. We ain't like don't mean us no mind. Go ahead and get cloudy so you can rain go away. Let's step back and look at the truck. That's what I want to do, man. I'm gonna go on the drive now. Oh, best believe I'm going on the drive. Look at that. It needs some new tires for real. It needs some new tires. It needs some new rims, and I'm all set. But I'm about to go on a test drive now. It's time to go on a little test drive, y'all. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and crank the truck up, and let's see what it does. I'm not gonna record me doing a little test drive because y'all already know what the dealio is. I'm gonna just go ahead and throw some music. Y'all can see what the truck look like. I'm gonna throw on some music though. Remember the last time we took a look at this, it was me standing in front of the hood, seeing how tall I was. If y'all go on my previous videos, y'all also see that this truck was leveled, that this truck was so-called leveled when I installed the 3-inch leveling kit. I don't like that tire. Street tires is getting on my nerves now, man. I'm finna start hustling. For real, getting to the bag. Cause I need to put some more content out for my folks out there. Man, this tire, hell. Whoo! I got to check myself. Hold on, let me figure this tire out before I put this truck on the road real quick. Let me figure this tire out, man, before I end up losing my mind over it. Let me see. Excuse me. I'll be back with y'all. Players only. Put your middle finger to the moon. What y'all trying to do? So I gotta readjust it, y'all. Gotta readjust it. I just did a test not a test drive, but I didn't even have to drive it that far to know what I need to change now. Steering wheel was veering kind of to the passenger side. So when I'm driving and you just let the steering wheel go, whichever way it veer, you need to align your truck the opposite way, line your tires the opposite way. So now this one, I think this one is good. I don't know. This one has to go out more. This one has to go inwards. So I'm gonna redo it. And once again, yes, it is the tie rods that I'm adjusting. The upper control arms, I don't even know how you adjust the upper control arm. Mine won't move like that, you know. It hardly moves. It probably moved 2 centimeters. I mean, what can 2 centimeters accomplish, you know? That ain't gonna really make a big difference. So I'm gonna go ahead and put my skills to the test. And after that, I'm about to get this joint up and rolling. I'm about to dip set, man. All right. I'm about to dip, y'all. I'm about to dip. I'm gonna hit y'all back later on.